First question. How do you pronounce your name? Leon?
Leyan.
Leon. Okay,
Leyan.
okay,
Uh-huh.
cool. I got that right. So Leon, where are you from and currently live?
I was born in Belgium and currently live in Turkey because my family has separated and I chose to live with my mother in Turkey, yes.
Okay, that's really cool. So you've been in Turkey for quite a while, I'm assuming.
Yes, from my childhood years, I live in there, in Istanbul.
And oh yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of the drum cymbal companies are in Turkey.
Yes, Turkey is the paradise of symbols. Lots of symbol factories and companies are producing their materials in there.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. When I went to the NAM show, everyone was just from Turkey, just presenting
Yes,
symbols. Yeah,
I hope you can also come and visit there. We can visit there together too.
yeah,
Come.
someday whenever the pandemic's over. Um,
Oh, I hope.
how many years have you been playing drums?
First, 8 years ago, I began to take drum lessons, but I consider myself as 5-year-old drummer because I opened my music studio and focused on to learn drums more. And I can say this like a 5 year, yes.
Oh wow, that you're really good. So I'm assuming you practice a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. Next question. What style or genre of drums do you usually play?
Yes, I usually play rock and metal genre, but I like to combine different genres like Turkish classical music and rock grooves.
Oh wow, that's a lot. So classical music in Turkey, is it similar to classical like West Europe classical, or is it different?
It's like, but it has lots of similarities and differences. Um, did you watch my 9/8 beat groove? It's a famous Turkish classical groove, and it's a little bit different from Western cultures. Not same, but also yeah, similarities.
Okay, yeah. So really similar. Obviously, you need to know some music theory for that.
Yeah, it's so difficult to learn Turkish classical music. It's really difficult because it has lots of theories and um, the odd time beats, always odd time, cannot record the numbers on my brain. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
so you have to kind of use a drum chart, like a like music theory, like sheet music, like have a piece of paper and with all the notes
Yes,
down. Yeah.
always taking notes, not remembering the all of them. Always the time schedule changes.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, like playing in odd meters that switch can be really confusing. Like for
Yes.
example, like I would have to memorize that a lot, and I'm sure you do too.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you describe the music that you create?
Mm, I like experimental things actually. Uh, as I said before, combining different genres and creating such a new thing. Or I made my own instruments from the animal bones, and I made a percussion instrument. So I really like to make an experiment with the help of music.
Wow. That's so you can just like make a cover, like you could do like a pop song and then add some experiments into like some a new style to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not from a pop song. I usually play with some spiritual experiences uh, with the help of them. I also play shamanic drums, and I'm combining shamanic drums and this percussion instrument that I made. Um, it's just for myself, not taking videos with them, but I like to try different things.
That's really cool. Like I could imagine how making an instrument can be a little challenging. Yeah, you would have to get creative and like learn how to make it.
Yes, it was so difficult and it's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Have you ever been on tour?
I actually haven't a big tour, but I wish, but I couldn't have a chance. But I and my bands make some concerts in different cities of Turkey, but not a big tour. Just
Okay.
giving concerts in different cities. Yes.
Yeah, so you'll just play like around Turkey and travel.
Yes, yes. So many different cities I played. Mm, but I really want to make concerts in the other countries.
Yeah, so like countries near Turkey, what borders Turkey again? I forget.
Uh, Bulgaria, Iran. um, I think in that country is also the music industry hasn't so much uh, evaluated, or I couldn't find the right word.
Yeah. You could always
Yes.
just go to like other countries, but the ones near you are kind of close, but you would have to plan it.
Yes, I really want to make a tour in UK or US, uh, such a big countries that has lots of musical advantages or opportunities. Maybe I can. I don't know. I
Yeah,
wish.
yeah, you could go you could just like find some place in the UK definitely has a lot of big things happening with the music industry, so like that'd be
Of
like a great
course.
place. Yeah.
Yes, I went to the UK drum show 2 years ago. I attended as a Turkish cymbals artist, and it was such a magical experience that I ever had. It
Yeah,
was so good.
I bet that would have been really it's really cool that you're a Turkish cymbal artist because you would just like you perform with their cymbals and then did you just perform in front of an audience?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Like with your
Yes.
band?
In UK drum show or in my country?
Oh, in
UK.
the UK. In the UK.
In the UK, I just by myself. I made a little performance in their stand, the area,
Hmm.
but never given a workshop in there. But I wish I can make one day.
Yeah,
One day, the time that I improve myself more.
one day. I'm sure it'll happen. Like definitely. Um, okay. Actually, this leads to the next questions. I
Mhm.
know that we are living in a pandemic, and since touring is not happening today, can you describe your daily lifestyle as a professional drummer during the pandemic?
Mm-hmm. Uh, it's so difficult for all of us, I think. And I don't have drums in my home, and I have so many disadvantages because of this. Because I only make stick control exercises in within lockdowns, and my studio is a little bit far away from my home, and I couldn't go in there. But I tried to try to turn this time into my advantage as improving my wrists and stick controls. So my daily routine is like watching films, making stick control exercises, and if there is no lockdown, I can go my studio and making some new videos.
Yeah,
Like this is some daily monotone routine.
and you told me before that you teach lessons too.
Yes, I'm teaching, but the number of students are really decreased because of the pandemic. So I think I have only 5 or 6 students now.
Oh no. If you went to your studio and you like brought your computer or your phone, would you be able to teach Zoom lessons?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it might be, but I I try to fill this time with studying to my video shots. So I prefer the video ones, not the teaching one.
Yeah. I see. what do you usually do every day?
Yes, we all living in same routines, I think.
Yeah, so pretty much you just go to the studio, work on your videos, practice, and like teach.
Yes, still teaching, and if I had a chance, I can go through walking, having a coffee, maybe meeting with my friends. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's something that must bring you joy just to see your friends and like play drums since everything's just changed because of the pandemic.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Yeah. What is the music industry like in Turkey?
Oh, it's it's so bad.
Oh,
Because the musicians are and artists are people are not given value to the musicians and artists in Turkey. So uh, we are really living so much difficulties to make our livings in Turkey with music, gaining money, and um, we can we make concerts, but the money that we had is so low. It's a really hard way to make our life with music.
yeah.
Yes, it's not so big industry. It's so small, especially the rock and metal industry, music industry is really limited. You have only 2 or 3 bars that you can have a concert.
Yeah.
So it's not it's so bad.
Wow, that's must be really difficult for you,
Yeah.
especially because that's your career, that's your hard work put into it. Um, and there's so many limited things you could do. So I
Yes.
guess you would have to be relying on like session work, teaching, um, just for some
Yes.
income at least. Do you
Yes.
have a side?
That's
Yeah.
also that's also why I focused on social media to work on different topics, and I really want to discover the other countries with the help of my drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Did you go to school to learn how to play drums or are you self-taught?
I didn't go to any school, but I took private lessons as learning drums. I began to took these lessons 8 years ago, as I said before, and but the time that I feel to improvement in my drumming was times that I opened my studio. So um, I continued as a self-taught drummer. First took lessons and then I improved by myself.
That's exactly how I did it. But it's always
No.
good to start with lessons like one-on-one. But have you ever heard of Drumeo?
Yes, I really love this channel. Yes. I'm
So
also following their lessons, exercises, their social media accounts. I love that.
um so the next question is, what was the first instrument you learned how to play?
It was piano. I actually uh, went to the School of Fine Arts, High School of Fine Arts, and studied piano in there. I think I played it 10 years. Yes, from 6 year old to 16-year old, I played it. So when I was a teenager, I think that it's not reflecting my feelings and emotions perfectly. So I decided to play drums.
I'd say since you learned piano and everyone that learns piano, I feel that helps out a lot when you start to learn how to play drums.
Yes, because you are controlling your 2 hands, you are separating your brain like drums.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's right.
And then you learn music theory with piano. So, and the music theory
Yes.
includes rhythms and but music theory and piano is you have to learn how to read the notes and then you also have to
Mm-hmm.
learn. Then once you learn the rhythms, then it applies to drums. So
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's so beneficial for a drummer too. Yes, I
yeah,
agreed with that.
how did you get started in the music industry?
Music industry and professional music life.
Yeah,
My yes, I I had a metal band called Discord, and we were giving concerts regularly in uh, these small rock and metal bars. So I it just started like this, but I improved myself in other genres too. So I decided to um, go and play with some other musicians like pop, Turkish classical music orchestra, and so on. So it all begins with the metal genre. That's why I like to make videos with Machine Head, Sepultura, because I was always playing these bands in my first band.
yeah. Well, it's cool that metal led you into exploring other genres because a lot I've noticed that a lot of times metal drummers or metal musicians will only focus on metal, which I mean
Yes,
that's their thing, but I feel like it's more beneficial to learn other genres. So,
of course, of course,
yeah,
of course.
that's the thing because you can if you know more genres, you get more gigs and then therefore more gigs, more money. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Can you describe your favorite part and your least favorite part about being a musician?
Oh, um, my favorite part is you can express your own emotions, feelings, thoughts by creating something musical, something artistic, and it really gives a piece to the musicians to express herself in music. Um, it's like a second language. So I really like that part, the creating part. I love. So that's why I like to make my own music. I My biggest aim is creating my own music, not making covers. I just might want to express myself, my soul, with my drums. And the worst part of being a musician is, I think, ego.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have that much ego, but I see that in the music industry, uh, all the musicians have lots of egos like mountains. I cannot understand why.
Yeah, I would agree with that being my least favorite part because I've dealt with bandmates in the past where their egos were just outdriven and it was just their ego totally shaped them in the wrong way and then it caused a lot of problems in the band where the point I had to like leave
Yes.
the band because it was getting unfair and it was just not fun and I've noticed it's really common and it's I'm like come on we're here for the music I know
Yes.
your ego I mean, everyone has an ego, but it's bad if it's really a high and it gets to the point where it's like pushing people down.
Yes, you explain it very well. Totally agree with you. In the bands, I think the most dangerous part is the ego of a musician. So the one's ego can separate the whole band. Yes.
Oh yeah. It's crazy what the egos can do, and that's how a lot of bands break up or members leave.
Yes.
All right. How did you get your endorsements with like big companies such as Vader and Mapix drums?
Um, I just made some videos regularly from 3 years. I began, or 3 years? Yes. Yes. So they discovered my videos, and I think they see that I didn't give up to make these videos, and um, I just focused on creating new things, new conceptual uh, drumming videos with some funny elements. So they reached me and asked me to being an endorsement. I actually the most surprising one was Mopex drums. I think it was the last week's
Yeah.
surprising event. Yes, it's so new, and I even couldn't understand. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was my dream, but I didn't expect it such a recent time.
Yeah.
And yes, it was so. It was a little gift for me. Yes.
You know what's crazy? The place I used to practice with at my band, with my band, the first kit I was used to playing on was a Mapix kit.
Oh, which series?
I don't
Do you
know.
remember?
It's an old one and it was green. It was like all green.
Green.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It's pretty cool looking, but I'll show you a picture sometime and I'll be like, "Yep, this is the kit I was always playing on."
Oh, oh, so sweet.
And I actually own a Mapex snare stand, so
Oh, you
yeah.
are also a Mopex lover.
Yeah, I like so the thing is I love different kinds of brands. I mean I own a Tama, I owned a Pearl, I own some Mapex hardware, and then I own DW hardware. So I have it's just a combination
Ooh.
of everything. But yeah, so you believe with endorsements, you should probably love enjoying the product rather than just being like, oh, I have an endorsement. Like, like, so you really have to enjoy the product.
Yes, I really love to. And from 2 years, I was playing Mopex Saturn drums also, and I I was really in love with that. So I'm not changing my this Saturn series, but I will add some new things to them because
Yeah,
I love their tones. Actually, I'm not changing it.
and Mapex is a great drum. They're great for playing metal, I've heard.
Yes, yes, it's so good. The tones of the toms really suitable for a metal drummer.
Yeah, there are only a small number of female drummers. Are there any female drummers that like inspire you?
Uh, I think the biggest inspiration is Viola Smith for me, because you know that when she was 100 years old, she was still playing drums. It's so crazy, and I want to be like her.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember I saw an article where she was just she was in a band called like what was it called? Goldie. It's like I
I
forget
couldn't
it.
remember it.
It was like Goldie something. It was like a cute name. And they were she was just playing like this giant set and there was like percussion instruments around her and then you just see like 100 year when she's 100 years old she's just playing drums still and I'm like wow that's an
Yes.
inspiration.
Yes, it's so inspiring. Yes, and the other inspirations of mine is Annika Nils. You know her, and I love her sentences on drums, and she's so creative. Not making covers, but she's always producing new things, new musics from her inner self. So uh, I I like to consider it as my way in future. And the other one is Cindy Blackman, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
My top three is like this. Yes.
Yeah, those are some good inspirations and I would have to agree with you.
And what about yours?
I love Annika. I like yeah, I really like Annika a lot because she's just really um she's creative. She doesn't do covers. She's an educator. She's gets really creative. And she's definitely has the best technique and just plays so smoothly. And it's crazy because she used to be an elementary school teacher, so she was teaching little kids. Like she was just a teacher at a school, and then she was just like, I don't like this, so she wanted to drum. But she actually went to music school and studied a lot. And it wasn't. I just read some articles about her, and this school taught her the business aspect of it and other stuff. But yeah. So, anyways, do you have any hobbies or interests outside of playing drums?
Yes, I have. I'm a bone collector from woods, and I like to be in nature. I feel myself as a part of nature uh, too, and I like to spend more time, but I couldn't spend it because of the lockdowns and pandemic situations. And I like cats. You know that.
Yes.
I, I'm meowing all the time.
Me too.
Meow.
Same. I'm always just like, whenever I'm at my boyfriend's house, he has like 3 cats, and we're just like, meow.
Meow. Yeah.
uh, so your Instagram name is Meow the Drums.
Yes.
And do your cats like when you play drums?
I actually my cat doesn't meet my drums because it's not my house. But uh, if if I can take him to this, I think he will get crazy with the sounds. Oh my God, what's happening in there? This too loud. How can you deal with the sound?
He'd probably think it's like at first he'd think it's like a new jungle gym, so he would just crawl in it and be like, ooh, this is cool. Like he'd think it's like a tower
Oh,
he could play on. Like,
yeah.
but don't scratch my drums. Like, yeah, so
Yes.
cats really like to hop on drums for some reason because they think it's like a toy, but you're like, don't ruin my
Yes.
drums.
For them, it's just a toy to meowing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. But yes, cats are amazing.
Yes,
I
of
thought
course
I
they
just throw that question in because it's just funny.
are.
Also, yeah, because cats are just because you have meow the drums and then you got cats. It's pretty creative.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the future if you know?
I want to discover the other cultures and the other countries that I never been before, and um, I want to make this with the help of music and my drumming skills. And I want to make tours from worldwide and coming to different kind of shows, improve myself, and of course, I want to make my own albums, my own songs. It is my the biggest goal in my whole life. I just want to express my own feelings with my own music, not making any more covers. I'm tired of making covers actually because I have lots of emotions within me, so I just want to show them.
Yeah, making I feel like it would be really worth it to just start recording your album. Would it be like a certain genre, or like just experimental? Would you have
I
like,
think it will be experimental, not
yeah,
in within the strict genre. I don't want to make it rock and metal. No, I I just want to experiment myself in experimental way. Maybe it will be rock or pop. I don't care actually it's genre, but I just make I just want to make myself relax and get rid of these emotions.
yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I've thought about recording an album, but just
Oh,
but like I'm not really. I don't know how to write lyrics well, but I can write music. So, but I feel like if I just collaborated with someone, I would give them credits too.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I also cannot writing melodies, so I feel some kind of stuck in that case. Yes.
Do you have like a recording software like so there's like Pro Tools, there's Logic, there's Ableton,
I'm using GarageBand.
Garage
Garage.
Band. Okay.
Garage.
GarageBand is yeah, so it's the free version of Logic, but with
Uh-huh.
Logic, I started with GarageBand, but if you get Logic, it's a little bit of money, but it's really worth it because you can mix better on it and you can just like control like the faders. Like I could show you sometime, but it's
Are you
really
making your own mix and mastering?
yeah, I mix my own
Oh,
drums.
oh, I'm making my own records, but my mix mastering are making by another sound engineers.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it
Yeah.
actually.
I could yeah, I should make some tutorials because you really have to have a good ear with mixing and mastering. Like I'm actually a music production major, so I mean it's a
Oh,
good yeah, I'm not majoring in drums, but I would love to just work with other drummers and just mix their songs and
haha.
yeah, you just really have to
Oh,
develop an ear for it, but and you know it would save money to do it yourself but you know
yes.
unless if you're getting a really good deal
Yes.
so
Yeah, it's so expensive to uh, giving to a sound engineer to your mix masters every week, every single week,
yeah
and it's so beneficial in economical way
oh
to
yeah
make own things. Yes.
yeah and at least you're lucky to have a nice studio setup because like not everyone has that for instance I'm lucky to have my home. I mean I even though I use an electric set it's better than nothing but now
Of course.
yeah, but now my set looks like a real drum set. So, like,
Yes, you improved that, right?
yeah,
You bought a new drum set.
yeah, I bought it with my own money,
Wow.
saved up a lot, but worth it.
Wow. Yes, I'm following you for a long time
Yeah,
in Instagram, so I'm following the every stages of you you were and you are here. So it's so amazing. You did it.
yeah, it's really amazing that how far you've came with your drumming and your social media progress. But I'm really excited to hear your original content, your original songs.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, so that wraps up the interview. It was really nice to meet you. Thank you so much once again for doing this for my class. My classmates will really enjoy this. So,
It was my pleasure and happy to be here. Yes, and
yeah,
it's so good to meet you face to face after a long time.
yeah,
Maybe we can meet one day in one of our countries. So thank
yeah,
you so much for everything. It was
yeah.
so good.
Of course, yeah. Hopefully, you can go to the NAM show whenever that's happening. You can meet all
Yes.
of us. Yeah,
Yes, I hope.
yeah, fingers crossed. All right.
Yay.
Well, thank you so much once again. Yeah.
Okay, thank you and see you next
Yeah.
time.
Have a good night.
Have a good day, good morning
Yeah.
too.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.